What is up, everybody? It's Animac here for AnimeUproar, and today we will be taking a deep dive into the newest developments in the 7 Deadly Sins story, and specifically the ongoing massive battle between the Demon King at full power and the 7 Deadly Sins. After patiently waiting for quite a while, we finally got to see an increasingly important character in action against the Demon King for the very first time. And the fate of Zeldris and all of Britannia is currently on the line. By the way, a big thank you to all of you who follow these videos every week. Thank you for watching, thank you for leaving a like, commenting, and so on. That really means a lot to me, and now let's get into the good stuff. Just remember that we are going to be dealing with the most recent events in the story, so manga spoilers will be coming. Proceed with caution, you have been warned. And don't forget to subscribe to AnimeUproar if you do enjoy this type of content and you want to see more. And of course, click that notification bell so you get notified when we upload. If you don't click the bell, YouTube will basically completely bury the channel and you likely won't even see it. Now, chapter 323 starts off with Meliodas and Gowther facing off against the fake Gelda inside the spirit world, and the fake Gelda is still holding Zeldris captive using some sticky spider web stuff. Meliodas calls out to Zeldris, and Zeldris slowly wakes from his slumber. He asks Meliodas why he is here, and Meliodas says that he is here to save him. Predictably, the fake Gelda tries to convince Zeldris that Meliodas is a liar, and that he actually killed her out in the real world. But Zeldris reveals that he knows that this Gelda isn't the real Gelda. He was hoping that she was real, he wanted her to be real, but Zeldris knew this Gelda was a fake because she keeps saying how much she loves him and adores him, but Zeldris says that the real Gelda would never say such a thing to him. Now we know that the real Gelda does indeed love Zeldris, and that she is determined to find him no matter what. However, we don't actually know much about her personality. So my guess is that Gelda doesn't have the kind of personality that's just lovey-dovey with Zeldris and talks to him about how much she loves him all day long. I'm guessing that she is more of a badass girl who likes to joke around and tease him instead of just being romantic all the time. And that is how Zeldris knew that this Gelda was not real. I could be wrong, but that's what I was thinking while I was reading this part of the chapter. This revelation leads to the fake Gelda evaporating, and a huge fog engulfs the whole area as the Demon King calls Zeldris a fool who chose to walk the same path as his brother. Meliodas and Gowther rush to find Zeldris in the fog, but they come across dozens of different Zeldris clones hanging from the weird sticky stuff that the Demon King is using to restrain Zeldris. All the different Zeldrises call out to Meliodas to save them, and Gowther and Meliodas are unable to determine which Zeldris is the real Zeldris. Meliodas, already emotional because of his brother, loses his patience and decides to just cut every string that is holding all of the various Zeldrises. Unfortunately, Meliodas is so agitated and anxious to help Zeldris that he doesn't wait for Gowther to explain to him that if he makes contact with anything in this world, even just a string, he will be immediately ejected back into the real world. If that happens, he won't be able to find Zeldris at all, so Gowther throws himself in front of Meliodas in order to stop his sword, Lost Vein, from making contact with the strings. But the force of the impact throws Gowther at one of the Zeldris clones, and because they came into contact, Gowther is ejected back into the physical world. As Meliodas apologizes to Gowther for being so rash and hitting him in the process, Gowther warns him that he must discern the real Zeldris from the fakes. Meliodas remains in the spirit world on his own, as Gowther wakes up in the real world, where the Demon King is still fighting against the Sins. Bon, King, and Escanor are leading the charge as Merlin hangs back and protects the others using Perfect Cube. The Demon King seems as confident as ever, and King, Escanor, and Bon don't seem to be capable of taking him down on their own. This is saying a lot because we know how strong Bon, King, and Escanor are right now, especially together as a team. Back when the Demon King had possessed Meliodas, Escanor didn't even have Sunshine, so Bon was forced to do most of the heavy lifting on his own, at least on the outside, while Meliodas was fighting against the Demon King on the inside. Currently, the Demon King's power level is definitely extremely impressive, since he seems to be actually gaining the upper hand despite being severely outnumbered. However, in that moment, Gelda, the real Gelda, sneaks up on the Demon King and bites his neck with her vampire fangs. Elizabeth and the others are shocked to see this, and they are especially terrified when the Demon King seemingly easily decapitates Gelda with his sword. He then proceeds to call her sneak attack nothing but a trifling interruption. At first, everyone assumes that Gelda just set a new record for a character getting insta-wrecked in battle, but it turns out that Gelda is not dead. Her head and body fuse back together as she thanks the 7 deadly sins for fighting the Demon King and allowing her to sneak up on him and drink some of his blood. Apparently, the vampires have incredible regeneration abilities, and now that she has consumed some of Zeldris' blood through the Demon King, who is of course using Zeldris' body as a vessel, Gelda becomes stronger and is able to recover easily. Although her hairstyle has gotten looser in the process, so now you know that she means business. Gelda reveals to the Demon King that her bite wasn't intended as an attack. Apparently, now that she has connected with Zeldris' blood, she will be able to enter the spirit world and meet up with Zeldris and Meliodas there. Since Gowther doesn't seem to be involved in this, I'm going to assume that this is some special vampire ability, the ability to enter someone's soul once they come into contact with their blood. This is sort of consistent with traditional vampire lore. Along with drinking blood, being forced to avoid the sun and all that usual stuff, vampires have long been portrayed as having strange psychic abilities as well. Even Dracula in Bram Stoker's famous novel has the ability to use hypnosis and command other vampires and even some humans and animals to do his bidding. Gelda's ability to enter Zeldris' soul and make contact with his consciousness after making contact with his blood in the outside world appears to be Nakaba Suzuki's take on the psychic aspect of vampiric power. Back on the inside, in the spirit world, Meliodas is still unable to tell which is the real Zeldris. Then Zeldris, presumably the real Zeldris, tells Meliodas to just kill him along with their father because Zeldris would rather die than give his body for the Demon King to use. This makes sense because we know from previous chapters that Zeldris wholeheartedly disagrees with the Demon King's way of ruling the demon world. And he definitely wouldn't want his body to enable the Demon King to keep wreaking havoc across the different realms. But Meliodas tells him that no, he doesn't need to kill him because he is going to save him. And after all, the real Gelda is still out there waiting for him, so he cannot give up now. Then, just as Zeldris prepares to tell Meliodas a final message that he hopes that Meliodas will deliver to Gelda, Gelda herself appears in the spirit world and tells Zeldris that she wants to hear the message directly from him. All the dozens of Zeldrises look up at the same time as Gelda appears and vows to find the real Zeldris herself. The chapter ends there, and I know that some people might be thinking, why did we just spend a whole chapter focusing on Gelda instead of focusing on the epic fight between Ban, Escanor, and King versus the Demon King? But as I mentioned in previous videos, Gelda will definitely play a major role in this battle. Gelda must be the one to get Zeldris to start fighting against the Demon King on the inside. Otherwise, this battle cannot end well for the Sins. If they kill the Demon King, they also kill Zeldris, but if they don't kill the Demon King, they will continue to expend their energy on the battle, and because the Demon King doesn't have the same restrictions about not killing, he will use any opening he can to destroy the Sins without mercy. So Gelda has to play the role of motivating Zeldris to join the battle from the inside, just like Meliodas had fought the Demon King from the inside back when the Demon King was possessing him. That is the only way to end this battle in a way that takes care of the Demon King without killing Zeldris in the process. And by the way, this is all assuming that the Demon King doesn't have yet more tricks up his sleeve, or that the Supreme Deity won't show up at some point. Whatever happens, we also can't forget that noon is coming soon, so Escanor is sure to take advantage of that, but going all out may also lead Escanor's body to give out on him. And we have to remember that because he is trying to save Zeldris, Meliodas hasn't been using anywhere near his full power. If in the next few chapters Meliodas and Gelda manage to rescue Zeldris and Zeldris starts fighting the Demon King on the inside, I think it's all over for the Demon King. The only way that the tables could turn again is if the Demon King somehow receives another massive power-up, or if we have another total game changer like say the Supreme Deity actually showing up on the battlefield. Let me know what you guys think. Is Gelda going to rescue Zeldris, and will that be it for the Demon King? Or can we expect even more twists and turns along the way? Twists that might involve new surprise power-ups, or other characters like Arthur, the Mother of Chaos, or the Supreme Deity showing up on the battlefield. Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this topic. If you enjoyed the 7 Deadly Sins content on this channel, please leave a like to let me know. And if you happen to be new to AnimeUproar, please don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at AnimeUproar for all the latest 7 Deadly Sins news and updates. I want to give a huge thank you to all of our AnimeUproar patrons for supporting our work and making our work possible. A special thank you to all of our Pro Hero tier patrons, including the one and only Gilgamesh, Nothing But a Fan, Jason Wilson, King Zeldris, and Angel Cruz. Another massive thank you to our The One tier patrons, the ones who stand above all other clans, including Baby Ray, Ace, Ingrata, Alolanadam, Maddie Mac, Makotakun, and Keelan. And finally, at the very pinnacle of interdimensional greatness, a tier reserved only for legends. A massive thank you to Reagan Harrison and Lord Noxanor, disciples of Lord Twigo himself. If you feel that our content provides value for you and you want to support more, be sure to check out our Patreon, link in the description. Even a single dollar will give you access to our patron-exclusive Discord, and your name will appear in our videos along with these amazing people. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, see ya, Space Cowboys.